Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome in proposal research seminar. Today, our researcher is Marsina Elisya. To Marsina Elisya, time is yours. Okay, thank you, moderator. Today, our presentation, my proposal research, improvement of reading ability for lower class beginning through letter card media in Class 1 SD Bitunggal, Jambi City. Chapter 1, Introduction. Background of paper. The ability to read must be owned by every student. The ability to read in the early grades play an important role as a foundation of a basis for determining success in student learning activities. If reading learning in the early grades is not strong, at the advanced reading stage, students will find it difficult to have adequate reading skills. Learning to read in elementary school according to the stage according to the low class in high class groups. For low grade student, the reading stage is the beginning reading. Beginning reading for low grade student is the foundation of the stage of speed reading, extensive reading, and reading comprehension. Teachers should really hone student initial reading skills. However, usually low grade students tend to feel bored, especially in learning to read. That because when in learning to teacher rarely uses teaching aids that can help students to make it easier to recognize letters, words, and sentences. Therefore, there needs to be an action that can be improved for reading skills. One of the riches in learning activities that use letter card games or help improve reading skill letter cards are considered attractive and efficient as a medium for learning to read in lower grades. Next slide, please. Okay, Bev. Problem formulation. The problem that underlines this research is the low reading skill of the first grade of SD Bitunggal, which is caused by the lack of teacher in using the media when carrying out teaching and learning activities. On this basis, an organ that can improve learning achievement in reading is the use of letter card media. Operationally, this research can be formulated as follows. 1. What is meant by letter card media? 2. How to use letter card media? 3. What is the effect of using letter cards on improving the reading ability of one grade at SD Bitunggal Jambi City? C. Purpose of research. In accordance with the background of the proposal, the purpose of this research is introduce letter card media to the one grades of SD Bitunggal to improve the reading ability of the one grades of SD Bitunggal. Next slide. Research benefits. This action research has the following benefits. Theoretical benefit. This research is expected to provide insight into the use of the letter card both in reading skill in elementary school. Practical benefits for teacher. The result of this study can be useful as input for knowledge and practical experience in carrying out preliminary reading, listen, and teacher can use this strategy as an alternative for learning reading comprehension. For students, the result of research can increase self-confidence and courage in the process of learning to read beginning. Okay, move to chapter 3. Okay, Chapter 3, Research Methods. A. Setting research. 1. Research place. This research was conducted at the SD Dwi Tunggal Jambi City. There are several factors that support researchers in choosing this school, namely age. Many students in grade 1 are found who cannot and are not fluent in reading. B. In learning, the teacher only used the method of spelling books and blackboards. C. The school has implemented the 2013 curriculum. Subject research. The subject of this study were students of grade 1 SD Dwi Tunggal Jambi City in the 2021 and 2022 academic years. This subject was chosen because the level of reading ability is still low, and there is no interesting method to practice reading skill of students in the class. In addition, this research also involves 8 grade 1 student at SD Dwi Tunggal Jambi City for the 2021 and 2022 academic year. B. Researchers as practicing teacher for the grade 1 SD Dwi Tunggal Jambi City. C. The class teacher in the question of accompanied by a colleague. Okay. Next is research time and lag. This research was conducted in semester 1 ODD for the July-December period on the 2021 and 2022 academic years at SD Dwi Tunggal Jambi City, where the first meeting will be held on November 1, 2021, and the second meeting on November 8, 2021. B. Research design. 1. Research approach. This research generally uses a qualitative approach and is supported by the quantitative approach because the data obtained in this study are not only qualitative data, but also quantitative data derived from data test scores or student learning outcomes. According to Sugiono, 2010, qualitative research methods are carried out intensively. Researchers participate for a long time in the field, carefully record what happened, conduct reflecting analysis of various documents found in the field, make data reports. 2. Research type. The type of the research conducted is classroom action research, CAR. CAR is research that describes the cause and effect of the treatment and describe what happens when the treatment is given. They describe the entire process from the beginning of the treatment to the impact of the treatment. Okay, next, Kurt Ledwin introduced action research consisting of 4 main points in one cycle, namely planning, action, observation, and reflection. According to Iskandar, 2009. 1. Initial design or planning. Before conducting research, the writer prepares the formulation of the problem, objective, and make an action plan, including research instrument and learning tools. 2. Implementation and observation, including action taken by research as an effort to build student conceptual understanding, observe the result or impact of the implementation of the learning models. 3. Reflection. The researchers examines, sees, and considers the result or impact the action taken based on observation set filed in by the observer. 4. The reserved design or plan based on the result of reflection. The author make the result. Okay, next. C. Data collection technique and research instrument. 1. Data collection technique. Data collection technique used in the study were observation, documentation, and text. H. Observation. Initial observation were carried out by observing the physically condition of the school include the condition of school building, learning facilities and infrastructure, curriculum, learning media used, and student learning outcomes. B. Documentation. The documentation method is carried out to collect data on the name of students supporting the research, school profile, and photos during the research. C. Test. The test is a series of question exercise as well as other tools used to measure skill, intelligence, abilities of talent processed by individuals groups, according to Arikunto, 2002. In this study, the test given was a reading test. With this test, it could be assessed to what extent the student initial reading skill were using letter cards as the medium. The next is research instrument. The research instrument used in the study is the tool used of collecting data in the form of observation, documentation, and test. 3. Data analysis, population. Population in the study were students of SD Dwi Tunggal. For the sample in the study were students in grades 1 to singles. For sampling technique, non-probability sampling or non-random sampling using purposive sampling technique, namely the sampling technique based on the researcher's consideration which sample is the most appropriate, useful, and can represent a population. Okay, thank you. That's all from me. I give it back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you. Our reporter, Marsina Elisya. Next is to contribute. Contributor 1, time is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Bunga Raudatul Jannah as contributor 1. So I want to give a comment about proposal made by Marsina. So the proposal made by Marsina is already good, but it's just that there are a few things that should be added in writing this proposal. First, the proposal made by Marsina has not included the sample and population in the study, but Marsina included the sample and population about her proposal, about her research in her PowerPoint, but not in her proposal. So for this reason, it is better if Marsina writes the next proposal to include the sample and population in her research. And number 2 is in the data collection technique, Marsina wrote the data obtained were obtained from observation, documentation, and tests. However, the proposal made by Marsina has not included examples of the question asked in the test. So for that, it would be better if Marsina include some question on the test in her proposal. So that's all from me. I'm sorry if I have a mistake. I give it back to moderator. Thank you.
Thank you to Bunga as to give a comment about seminar by Marsina. Next to contributor 2. You can give your comment. So time is yours.
Okay, thank you, the moderator. I'm contributor 2. My name is Ansel Sabina. Okay, I will tell it. The systematic of writing paper from presenter is according to standard and good in writing. But there is a thing that is forgot by the presenter is the top map. This top map is need in proposal where the lecturer can see the content of the entire proposal just by looking at this map. So it best for the presenter to add the map or that we call peta pemikiran. Okay, that from me back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Anissa, as a contributor too. So that's all the seminar proposal by Marsina Elisya. I'm the moderator. Forgive me if any mistake. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.